Hello students. In this lecture, we will discuss about the joint session of the parliament. So let's start the class. What is joint session? The Parliament of India is bicameral, means we have two houses in the center. One is Lok Sabha and second is Rajya Sabha. So when a house or the parliament have two houses, this is known as bicameral legislature. Concurrence of both houses are required to pass any bill. If a bill is introduced, then it must be passed by both the houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. However, the framer of the Constitution India anticipates situation of deadlock between the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Therefore, the Constitution of India provide for joint sitting of the both the house to break the deadlock. The joint sitting of the Parliament is called by the President of India, Article 108, and presided by President only. Okay. Basically, what is joint session? We have bicameral houses. Bicameral houses means two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha has their own sessions and Rajya Sabha has their own sessions. But if we need to anticipate situation of deadlock or to break the deadlock situation, then president can invited both the houses in a same conference. This is known as joint. Joints mean the combined session of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The president has power to invite joint session under Article 108. Only president can invite joint session in the parliament. Clear? The joint session when both the houses combine. This is known as joint session. The president can invite joint session. Ab Lok Sabha has their own chairman and Rajya Sabha has their own chairman. Then who will lead the joint session? Joint session will lead by the Speaker of Lok Sabha only. The joint session, according to Article 108, to break the deadlock of both the houses, joint session will be invited by the president only and lead by the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Clear? Next, reservation in Lok Sabha. Actually, Lok Sabha provide reservation for women for SC and ST. In Lok Sabha, 84 seats are reserved for scheduled caste and 47 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes. So there are 84 seats for SC and 47 seats reserved for ST in the Lok Sabha. What is questioning hour in Lok Sabha? The first hour of a sitting session of Lok Sabha devoted to questions that member of parliament raise about any aspect of administrative activities. Basically, when Lok Sabha started, at the first hour of sitting session of the Lok Sabha is known as questioning hour, which generally started by 10 a.m. and will be ended by 12 p.m. The member of parliament can raise about any aspect of administrative activities. The concerned minister is obliged to answer to the parliament either orally or in the written form, depending on the type of question raised. If any MP raised a question in oral form, then the minister have to answer in the oral form. If any question is raised on in the written form, then minister have to answer it to in the written form. So concerned minister is obliged to answer to the parliament either orally or in writing, depending on the type of question the parliamentary members have raised only. What is 0 hours? After questioning hour, 0 hour will be started around 12 p.m. to 12:30 p.m. Basically, generally, it is a 30-minute type of questioning hour where any member of parliament can ask question to any minister. It can be extended to 1 hour, so 30 to 1 hour, and 12 to 12:30 or 12 to 1 can be known as 0 hour. 0 hour is a period of time in the Lok Sabha when member of parliament can raise urgent matters of public importance. It's start at 12 noon, immediately follow the question hour. The maximum duration of 0 hour in Lok Sabha is 30 minutes, which can be extended to 1 hour. During this time, every member gets 3 minutes to present an issue, and only 20 matters are allowed to be raised during the 0 hour in the Lok Sabha. So, in this session, every member gets 3 minutes to present an issue, and only 20 matters are allowed to be raised in 0 hours in Lok Sabha. And the speaker decide which subject are to be discussed in 0 hour only. So 0 hour immediately start followed by the questioning hour. It's start around 12 p.m. which goes to 30, which is the limit time duration of the 0 hours in Lok Sabha is 30 minutes, can be extended to 1 hour. Every member gets 3 minutes to present an issue, and only 20 matters are allowed to be raised. And speaker will be the supreme power who decided which subject are to be discussed in 0 hour. Next are the important committees in Lok Sabha. And first committee is Public Account Committee. Now we have discussed the speaker, the PM, the MPs of the Lok Sabha. Also, we have discussed joint session, what is 0 hour, what is quorum. Now, our next topic is Public Account Committee in Parliament, or the important committees in Parliament. Here we will discuss different type of committees. Our first committee is Public Account Committee, which consists 22 members. So basically, public account means we Indians do pay tax to the central government, and central government have two funds. One is Consolidated Fund of India and one is Contingency Fund of India. Basically, Public Amount Account Committee audit the report of the Comptroller Audit General, who audit the report of Consolidated Fund and Contingency Fund. So let's start this topic. India, the Public Account Committee is a crucial parliamentary committee responsible for the overseeing the government financial operation and ensuring accountability in the use of public fund, public account, the report of CAG. Basically, it is a Lok Sabha based committee. The major work of this committee is to audit the report of Comptroller and Audit General. The composition of Public Account Committee. The PAC is composed of Member of Parliament, and the total member will be 22, which are selected from the MPs of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, or we can say the MPs of Parliament. From both the houses, Lok Sabha, 15 members selected from Lok Sabha and 7 members are selected from Rajya Sabha, which is known as Council of State. So public PAC consists total 22 members, from which 15 members are from House of People Lok Sabha and 7 members are from Rajya Sabha. The chairperson of the PAC is appointed by the Speaker of Lok Sabha. There will be a chairman of the Public Account Committee who belongs to opposition and will be selected by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. And the majority of its members are from the ruling party. Majorly, the most of the members in PAC committee belongs to the majority party in Lok Sabha, who got more than 50% plus 1 seats in Lok Sabha out of 543 seats. So PAC, the major purpose of PAC to audit the report of CAG is consists 22 members coming from Lok Sabha, 15 and Rajya Sabha 7 members. And the head of the speaker is appointed by the Speaker of Lok Sabha, always belongs to the opposition in Lok Sabha, and most of the members are and appointed by the Speaker of Lok Sabha, and most of the members are coming from majority party of the Lok Sabha. Here are the some important function of public account committee. Some major functions related to public account committees are review audit reports. The first major function of the public account committee is to review the audit report prepared by the Comptroller and Audit General of India. Basically, Comptroller and Audit General prepare a report on, from in this report he mentioned the expenditure and spending of Government of India. He submit his report to the President and President submit his report to the Public Account Committee in Lok Sabha. The first function is reviewing audit report of Comptroller Audit General, scrutinizing government expenditure. Basically, public account committee examine government expenditure to ensure they are within approved budget, working on budget and spend in accordance with the relevant law and regulations. So the major purpose is to examine government expenditure that they are approving or using in budget or spend in according to the law and the regulations. The third function of public account committee is investigating financial irregularities. Basically, the PAC investigate cases related to financial mismanagement, fraud, or corruption within government department and agencies. There are lots of departments which misuse the financial assets of Indian public. The Public Account Committee make sure that financial mismanagement, fraud, or corruption within government department and agency should be stopped or not done by any government agency. The next purpose or function of Public Account Committee is reporting findings. What is reporting finding? The PAC submits its reports to Parliament, which are then debated and discussed. The first PAC make his report and then he discussed or he submitted this report to the Parliament. In the Parliament, the report is discussed and debated. These reports contain observations, recommendation, and action points to improve financial management and accountability. So first CAG make a report on government expenditure, then Public Account Committee review and audit the CAG report, and this report will be submitted in Parliament. When this report is debated and discussed, then contain observations, recommendations, and actions point to improve financial management and accountability. Here are some other major functions and work of PAC. Independence. The PAC operates independently of the government and is empowered to conduct its own inquiries and investigation. So basically, it is a independent body. He can conduct his own inquiries and investigation himself. This independence is essential for its effectiveness in holding the government accountable. The independence of the PSA is very important for the effectiveness in holding the government accountable. Jurisdiction. PAC has jurisdiction over the account of the union government as well as the state government. So it work or review and audit the report for state government and central government both. It also examines the accounts of autonomous and semi-autonomous bodies funded by the government. Not only the government, it also examines the account of the autonomous bodies which are funded by the central or state government. Next is role in oversight. The PAC plays a crucial role in ensuring transparency, accountability, and integrity in the management of public finances in India. So it's play a crucial role in transparency, integrity, and accountability for public finances in India by scrutinizing government expenditure and holding official official accountability for financial irregularities. It helps prevent waste, inefficiency, and corruption. So it also helps to prevent waste of money, the inefficiency and corruption done by any government, any private, any state government, any central government, or any semi-autonomous bodies which are funded by the government. Next is reporting. The PSC submits its report to Parliament, which are usually present during its session, whether it is winter session, it is monsoon session, or it is budget session. So he can submit his reports to any session, during any session. These reports are then discussed in the Parliament and debated by the member of Parliament. If any correction is required, they can recommend, and correction will be done by the PSC or president. And the government is expected to take appropriate action on the PSC's recommendations. The next is global recognition. The Indian PSC is recognized internationally for its role in parliamentary oversight and accountability. So this is Public Account Committee. Basically, it is a committee of 22 members, from which 15 members are the member of Lok Sabha, and 7 members are of Rajya Sabha, MPs of Rajya Sabha. Always the head of the Public Account Committee will be selected by Speaker of the Lok Sabha and from the opposition party. Major function of PAC is to audit the report of Comptroller and Audit General. So here are some functions and role of PAC. Next is Committee on Estimate. Our second parliamentary committee is Committee on Estimate. This committee consists of 30 members who are elected by the Lok Sabha every year amongst its members. So, Committee on Estimate have 30 members, while PAC have 22 members. PAC's members are coming from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, but Committee on Estimates elected his member from Lok Sabha only for 1 year. And the MPs, nominated MPs of Lok Sabha, can be the member of Committee on Estimate. A minister is not eligible for election to this committee. Only the MPs of the parliament. No one, from the cabinet ministry, no one can become the member of Committee of Estimate. The members are elected for 1 year only. The tenure of the members of Committee on Estimate will be for 1 year. The main function of the Committee of Estimates is to report what economical improvement in organization, efficiency, or administrative reforms consistent with the policy underlying the estimate may be affected, and to suggest alternative policies in order to bring about efficiency and economy in administration. So, estimate committee basically work on the report how we can economically improve in any particular organization or in a group. What administrative reforms are required in any economy in India? If there is any policy, what change can do in this policy, or what are the alternative of these policies to basically bring efficiency in economy in administration. From time to time, the committee selects such of the estimated pertaining to a ministry or a group of ministries or a statutory and the government bodies as we seem fit to the committee. The committee also examines matters of special interest which may arise or come to light in the course of its work, or which are specifically referred to it by the House or the Speaker of Lok Sabha. So, Committee on Estimate, it is a 30-member committee which are selected for 1 year from Lok Sabha itself. Any cabinet minister cannot be a member of estimate committee. The major function of the committee or estimate is to make a report on economical improvement in any organization of India, how India can administrative effective, how we can administrative reforms are the part of the committee on estimate. Also, if any policy is required or the alternative of any policy is required to bring about effective and economy in administration. Time to time, the committee selects such of the estimated pertaining to a minister or can a group of minister or any state where you are government body. So this is committee on estimate. Our next committee is committee on public undertaking, which have 15 members coming from Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. So basically, public undertaking committee consists 15 members. So PAC have 22 members. Next is estimated committee have 30 members, and now committee on public taking have 15 members, which are coming from both the houses or elected by the both the houses Lok Sabha, and the 7 members are coming from Rajya Sabha. 8 from Lok Sabha and 7 are from the Rajya Sabha. Same, a minister is also not eligible for election to this committee, like estimate committee. Same in estimate committee, a minister cannot be a member of estimate committee. In public undertaking committee, minister is also not eligible for election to this committee. This committee is also formed for 1 year, or the tenure of the committee is 1 year. The function of the function of this committee on public undertaking are: the first function is to examine the report and account of public undertaking, to examine and report if any of the comptroller audit general on the public undertaking, to examine context of autonomy and efficiency of the public undertaking. So basically, this committee work for the public undertaking to check the reports, to audit the accounts of the public undertaking if it's a autonomous body, a government body, or any body which is funded by the state or central government. Whether the affairs on the public undertaking are being managed in accordance with sound business principle and prudent commercial practice, and such other functions vested in the Committee on Public Accounts and the Committee on Estimated in relation to public undertaking are not covered by clause A, B, C, and above, as may be allotted to the committee by speaker from time to time. The committee does not, however, examine matter of major government policy. This is very important point. Estimated committee is can examine matter of major government policies, or can change or alterate, can found the alternate option to any policy of central or the state government, but this committee cannot examine the major government policies in matters of day-to-day administration of undertakings. So it can only, basically it is a 15-member committee coming from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha for 1 year. The major function of public undertaking committee is to audit the public undertaking companies reports of the comptroller or audit general if he audit any report of public undertaking company, any autonomous company, or any government funding company. So it cannot interfere in the government matters related to policies and day-to-day administration. Clear? So this is committee on public undertaking. Our next committee for today is Business Advisory Committee of Lok Sabha. It is also a 15 members committees. The Business Advisory Committee of Lok Sabha consists of 15 members, including the Speaker, who is ex officio chair. The former Speaker will be the chairman of Business Advisory Committee. The members are not nominated by the speaker in business advisory committee because the former speaker is the chairman of this committee. Almost all sections of the house are represented on the committee as per the respective strength of parties in the house. So in this committee, all sections of the house are represented on the committee as per the respective strength of the parties in the house. The function of the committee is to recommend the time that should be allotted for the discussion of such government, legislative, and other business as a speaker in consultation with the leader of the house may direct to be referred to the committee. So what are the major functions? Allocation of the time, the recommendation of the time, there should be allocation for the discussion of any particular topic related to government, related to legislature, and related to other business like speaker consulting with the leader of the house may direct refer to the committee. So it decide, basically it is an advisory committee who decide or recommend the time for any particular discussion in the parliament. That the committee on its own initiative may also recommend to the government to bring forward particular subject for discussion in the house and recommended allocation of time for such discussion. So this committee also give time slot or recommend a allocation time for the central government to discussion on a particular topic. So can recommend time for the government, legislature, other business like as a speaker consulting with the leader of the house also can recommend time slot for central government to discuss on a particular subject in any house of either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. The discussion reached by the committee are always unanimous in character and represent the collective view of the house. So the discussion reached by the committees are always unanimous in character and represent the collective view of the house. The committee generally meets at the beginning of each session and therefore as when necessary. So there is not a specific time period of this committee. If any budget session is started, thus this committee can be created or when required, this committee will be basically meet. So this is business advisory committee in Lok Sabha. So here we discuss some important committees. The first committee was Public Account Committee, a 12 members committee consisting 15 members from Lok Sabha and 7 members from Rajya Sabha, and the leader will be selected by Lok Sabha Speaker. The committee on estimate, basically it's long. There are 30 members in this committee which are selected by Lok Sabha. Minister cannot be member of committee on estimate. Committee on Public Undertaking consisting 15 members from Lok Sabha, same as Public Estimate Committee. No minister can be the member of Committee on Public Undertaking. Next is Business Advisory Committee. Business Advisory Committee also consists 15 members. So these are the important committees related to Lok Sabha or Parliament. So hope you like this video. Thank you.